lighter now. Okay, so now we incorporate the sugar and the zest.
All at once.
One shot deal. Shut it out.
Start it slow, just to incorporate it.
Crank it up. Kind of a dual action going on there. Good. So
I want
give
you to
it
take a look at it real quick.
take a real
Yeah.
feel for the. Let me see. Pick up that. There you go.
One more time.
So now we're going to incorporate the olive oil slowly on a low speed. Okay, now we just take the flour, we have the baking powder and the salt, and we just incorporate them straight up, mixing dry ingredients together. No magic here. The magic is happening with the incorporation of the extra virgin olive oil, super fruity, into the whipped up whole eggs, sugar, and lemon zest. So we're going to add about half of it. Once all the olive oil is incorporated, half the dry. Start off slow, incorporate. And next step will be to add the milk, and then we'll add the other half of the dry ingredients. So after half the dry ingredients are in there, we now add the milk. Incorporate that, and then we'll add the other half.
We're going to mix this for a minute. We're going to give it a good scrape, and then we're going to finish mixing.
That's it. Okay, so the next step is just to lay it out in sheet trays, because we're making a Napoleon, so you don't need to make 8-inch cakes, because then you'll have to slice them. You might as well just pour them out and make it the thickness that you want in the first place, so you have perfect discs. Is the parchment paper pre-treated with anything, Eugene?
It is not, Chef. Basically, you just want to spray the pan so the parchment will stick,
Right.
and then you're good to go.
What'd you spray the pan with?
Just a regular pan spray.
Gotcha. About how thick is that? About a
This is about a 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch, yeah.
Yes.
And it's going to leaven a little bit, and that's
Yes.
perfect. Okay, great. And then this goes into a 350 degree conventional oven or
Yes.
a 300 degree convection oven.
Yes.
So about 11 minutes, that should be coming out of the oven.
Yes.
And be nice and golden brown, ready to.
Also, what we do, Chef, just FYI, about after 5 minutes of baking, we turn the sheet pan, and that way the baking is evenly distributed.
Got it. Okay. Okay, so now it's time to make the 4-berry coulis, which is just a combination of 1 pint of blackberries, 1 pint of raspberries, 1 pint of strawberries, and 1 pint of blueberries with lemon zest from 1 lemon.
Yes.
And we're going to add a little bit of water. So it's about a cup of water, a cup of sugar.
Yes.
All goes in a pot, comes to a boil, it all melts down. We thicken it with a little bit of cornstarch.
Yes. Slurry.
And that's our
Yes. So very cool.
4-berry coulis.
Just move the, move the top one up. Put this one on the bottom.
Got it. So rotation is important.
Yes.
And then we'll just thicken up with a slurry of cornstarch and water.
Yep.
If the berries are super sweet, you can add a little bit of lemon juice. You almost adjust it depending on the quality and the time of the year of the berries. So there's always a little bit of leeway here, but this is the basic technique. You can add less water if the berries are juicier. It's just a matter of to taste. What you're trying to do is, at the end, you want a sauce that represents the flavor of the berries. at their best at the time of the year. You want to strain the four-berry coulis through a fine mesh strainer, pushing down on it to remove all the juices, the pectin, all the flavor from the lemon zest and everything. Of course, the lemon zest gets caught up in the mesh along with all the seeds. That's all you want to have left. So at the very end, you just have a nice syrup. All right, to make the tuile batter, it's 8 ounces of flour, 8 ounces of powdered sugar, 8 ounces of egg whites, and 8 ounces of melted butter, all incorporated in a standing mixer with a whisk attachment.
Cakes are ready, chef.
Start off by adding the flour and the sugar. All right, so that's 8 ounces of sugar and 8 ounces of all-purpose flour.
Yes, and that's
You just-
powdered. That's powdered sugar.
Right.
First. Then we're going to have it inside.
Just to give you an idea of the difference, this is what the tuile batter looks like while it's still fresh and warm, and after it's been refrigerated for a while, it's much, much thicker.
Basically,
So the thickness of the tuile depends upon the temperature of your batter at the end of the day. So if you want a thinner tuile, use the batter when it's still a little warm. Okay, so to shape the tuile,
yeah, put a little in the end of your spat. Okay. Okay, let's go. Take the spat. It's going to loosen right up. We're going to go right to the table.
put it on an angle and give it a twist.
Yep.
Let it cool off.
Which, within 10 seconds, it's ready.
There you go. Let me show you your dairy and your vanilla and a little sugar in there. Put the remaining sugar with the eggs, the whole eggs and the egg yolks, a little cornstarch in there, and we just temper the two together. Once the vanilla comes almost to a boil, warm up your eggs so you don't turn them into scrambled eggs. So getting into a hot bath, you don't just jump in. You put your toe in and get used to it first. Same thing here. So then you incorporate the two together. Continue to cook on a low heat until you get a nice thick pastry cream. Straight up. It doesn't take that long, it's thick. Add the butter. Whisk it in. Pour it out.
So all I did, Chef, was I got a piece of paper on the paper that it was baked on.
Yep.
But you're gonna flip this over,
Got it.
right? Obviously the paper's gonna come off.
Got it. That's your rings.
Okay, so. We're gonna make the cream.
Okay, so we just basically whipping some cream with 10x sugar, and
And then,
we're gonna flavor it with a little bit of the 4-berry coulis.
correct.
Now while the cream is whipping, take a little sugar and mix it with some fresh berries. Just slightly macerate, pull a little bit of the juices out.
Yep.
What you need to do is to load up some pastry bags, disposable pastry bags with pastry cream, as well as the soon-to-be flavored whipped cream.
5 tablespoons of the coulis.
About 4 or 5 tablespoons of coulis per cup of cream.
Yes.
Incorporate it. And you've got your whipped cream.
For 8 o'clock at night. No
Gotcha.
problem.
Making these early is highly recommended.
Yes.
It actually gets better as it sits. The syrup gets to soak into the sheet cake, and everything gets to just kind of macerate and become more uniform flavor-wise. A little bit of the berry coulis in the center. Spread it out. There's your little Napoleon in the center. Garnish with a tuile.